Hello everyone, we're back filming in Kinsale, County Cork. It's a view here of the White House restaurant, bar and bistro. It's a nice place to go for food and drink. Show you some of their nice bits and pieces they have in their display here. They have links here with Newport in America. Actually, while the sun is shining, I'm just going to show you a little bit of the shops and restaurants and pubs down here. Which is beautiful for jewellery, all different accessories. Lovely display here. Just going to show you some of the nice things they have here. Really pretty. The bookstore. This is Newman's Mall. Really nice here. Lovely little glittery things here. Little ornaments and stuff in stone mad. Beautiful shop. How pretty is this? Some more pretty stuff in here. Wow. This is the Greyhound Bar. They have a lot of seating out here. When it's sunny, everyone sits outside and enjoys their drinks, their beverages. Really pretty. And here is the museum, the Old Courthouse. This is a really nice old building. So we'll just have a little closer look here in the museum. I don't think it's open. You can see some interesting stuff. Someone asked me earlier about the Lusitania, and you can see there's a plaque in there for the Lusitania. And if you look on the ground, I'm sure that's stocks. That's where they put people as punishment in the middle round hole. Then the arms, the wrists, and the other ones. There's just some information here. Tolls and duties. So this was a courthouse, so some people were sentenced here. In here, pretty spooky. And we do have a tale in Kinsale. We had a giant that lived here a long time ago, and he was I'm going to take you up this road where we have the sunlight, and I'll show you the giant's cottage on the way back. We have Amazonas here, which is a really nice hair salon, painted really nicely. I'll show you the building a bit. Really funky building. Nice images of the Amazon forest to go with the name Amazonas. Another view of the Old Courthouse, which is now the museum. And has some nautical artifacts at Kinsale Museum. So the Boston Boy The Lusitania, the Spanish galleon anchor. Some more anchors. So these are some of the artifacts here. Look how big they are. This is one big anchor. So if anyone wants to tell me where they're tuning in from, are you tuning in from Ireland or another country? What do you think of my video so far? Are you liking it? Just to remind people where I'm videoing from. This is Kinsale in County Cork in Ireland. We have a lovely little cottage here that is totally covered in ivy. And the windowsills are done in the shape of little boats. Very pretty. And St. Malto's Church is up here. I'm going to show you that another day when the sun hits it at a different angle. I think it'll be nice to see all the stained glass in a different light. Some beautiful buildings here. All different colours. We have the old presbytery here, which is a B&B, and Desmond House. And we have our local church here. And we have ahead of us Desmond Castle, which is also known as the French prison. And it was a prison. Don't think it's open to the public at the moment. I have been in there. Bit of a spooky place, to be honest. Look at these tiny little windows. Just to show you how big they are. The old door here. More tiny windows, so there was no escaping this prison unless you were a fairy. Get a better view of it here. So you can imagine being in this French prison. Not much light gets inside. Have been inside there. It's a bit of a dismal place. Of course, there hasn't been prisoners in here for hundreds of years. But it is a dark place inside. We have the sun illuminating it. Just going to show you some information here. Desmond Castle. Here's a plaque. The Earl of Desmond coat of arms on the front of it. So it was used as a French prison. Then it also was used as a wine museum. Sounds a bit nicer. I can imagine the wine in there because it's quite a dark place, as I said, a good place for. And it says here, Desmond Castle was built by Maurice Babcock Fitzgerald, the Earl of Desmond, in 1500 1800. An urban tower house. The castle consists of a keep with storehouses to the rear and domestic offices on the first and second floors. Originally built as a Kinsale custom house, it has also served as an ordnance Great Irish Famine as a workhouse. So that's sad. I think that's why when I was in there I was picking up a sense of it being a dark place, because during the famine so many people died in Ireland, and a lot of them ended up in workhouses where not only were they starving, they were working extremely hard to get whatever little food they were given. And it says in 1601, during the Battle of Kinsale, Desmond Castle was used by the Spanish forces under Don Juan de Aguila. It was declared 1988. Today, Desmond Castle is host to the International Museum of Wine. This exhibition documents the intriguing story of Ireland's wine links with Europe and the wider world. So that's a first for me. I didn't realise it was used as a workhouse. I always get a bit sad when I think about the famine in Ireland. I think over 1 million people died during that famine, which is an awful lot of people if you can imagine in this day and age. When we think of how many people passed to COVID, imagine 1 million people dying of famine because of a failed crop. So guys, I'm going to take you down past some of these beautiful houses here, and we're going to see where Kinsale, the giant, lived. And this giant was, I can't remember, but somewhere between 7 and 8 feet tall. He could have been taller than 8 feet. Of course, he didn't live to an old age because he did die of giantism, where the bones just, become too much for the body, and, you can't cope with the growth spurts of the bones. But in the museum, his relics are there, his shoes, which are massive, and, his knife and fork and other things. So this is it. Imagine an 8-foot tall man in this little giant's cottage. And this is where he lived. Not too sure how long ago, because, as I said, the museum isn't open at the moment, but definitely over 100 years ago. So we'll have a little look further on here. Just going to walk up past these houses so we can get some more views. What part of the country, someone is asking. Where is this? This is Kinsale in County Cork in Southern Ireland. And I'm just having a little walk around in the sunshine so everyone can see what it's like to walk around Kinsale if you come to visit. Beautiful little houses. We have a view here of the OHK Cafe, or Herlihy's, which is a family-run cafe. And they have a great old history here in Kinsale. The property was owned and run by their ancestors. So it's going to give you a little view up here. And if you can see across the way, Kinsale was once a walled town, as many towns were in Ireland. I don't know if you can see these, they look like little caves. And a little old abandoned tower above it. So this wall would have went all the way around. And in the centre of town, once upon a time, we used to have boats come all the way up the river to the centre of town. That's not possible anymore now. They only come to a certain point. But it's amazing to see how much towns change throughout history, and why they were used for that originally was there would be a lot of cargo that would be brought directly into the centre of town by boat. And nowadays, of course, it's different. We have trucks and lorries to do that type of thing. And this is an old building here. It was used as Kinsale Brewery. They make really good beer here as well. And Black's Brewery. Really unusual craft beers. But their premises have changed now. But this is still an old building. There was an abattoir once upon a time here. And of course, we have a lot of rock around Kinsale. So you can see there's a house here built on top of this rock. I think it's actually called Rock House. I'm not 100% sure. But there's a lot of areas like this in the town where you get a lot of rock that just can't be moved or budged. So you just have to build. And we had an old building here that was just recently demolished. For and against it. Everyone likes to have new facilities, but this old building that was taken down, it was here for a long, over 100 years old, and we'll see what they'll replace it with. You can see another old building here, which now is a place they use for cleaning cars, but you can see by the roof. With the Turkish barbers here. And this is the cafe I was telling you about, OHK, really nice. I think they do a lot of organic foods and local foods. Another beautiful B&B here. Really pretty little things in the window. And where we have one of our local Chinese restaurants here, Jade House. Really old building as well. A little bit better look here now at that tower I was showing you. And I think the kind of caves behind, it was used for some type of. It's blocked off at the moment, so I don't think it's used for anything. It had a nice little snug inside there. If anyone knows what a snug is, it's a little area, quiet area that you kind of have all to yourselves. People that just wanted a bit of privacy. And this is something interesting. Find your name in store. So here we have County Cork. Down here, and it's showing all the names where they originated from. So some Cork names, you might have a surname of Healy, Hurley, Horgan, or Reardon, O'Driscoll, McCarthy. You go to Waterford, you'll have names like Aylward. I have a friend Aylward from Waterford, so he's probably from a very old clan. Tipperary, then we have some other names, surnames. Peacock, that's an unusual name. Cummins, Lawrence, McGrath, County Clare, McNamara. We have Thorntons from up in Galway. Mayo, we have Conway. Sligo, we have Dillon. Roscommon, we have the Longford, Feely, Westmead, we have Keegan. Dublin, we have names like Halpenny, Doyle, Lynch, Martin. Surnames of Gaffney, Atkinson. Loud, we have Gray, Colin, Hanlon. And here are our crests. We have Leinster, Munster. This is Munster, this is Cork, a lovely crest with the sailing ship here, the Port of Cork. And then we have all the different names here. So these are what your family crests would be. McNamara, McGrath, McGuinness, Rogan, Toohey, Smith, Pierce, O'Dowd. Really nice crests, and I suppose each thing in the crest means something. Look at this one in Madden. So we have, it looks like to me, some type of bird of prey, and we'll say a more victimized bird, like maybe that's a pigeon or a dove. So if anyone has any Irish surnames they want me to have a little look at here, I can see if it's on the map. Quite interesting coat of arms together like this, but this one, Patterson. I'm not too sure what that one is. O'Connell, we have the big stag. O'Day, we have the... Maybe that's St. Patrick, getting rid of the snakes from Ireland. Norton. We have McGee. These look like big cats, maybe tigers. Oh, these look like hogs. McDermott. Tree hogs. This is an unusual one. McAdam. We've got the 5.5 moon. So that's an unusual one. Mangan. A lot of these hands here. Oh, look at Logan. The beating heart. And these look like either tree swords coming out or tree crystals. And we have, what else of interest? Kennedy. We have the tree armor helmets. Hunter. The tree. So I'll just continue on a little bit. Tourism member. This is where the brewery used to be. It's now Solicitors. This is Hamlet's. They do street food and gastro gardens. So at the moment they do a lot of outdoor food. They do indoor food as well. Voted in the top 20 food trucks, shacks and yards in Ireland. They do all different drinks there. You can tell from here. All different gins and whiskies. Another Turkish barbers. So we've got a lot of hairdressers and barbers here. Okay, this is the White House. Let's have a look at their menu. Of course, everywhere here does chowder, really nice seafood chowder. This one looks really nice with dill and Pernod. Pernod is gorgeous, and pancetta. Scallops and prawns, mussels, fish and chips, burgers, curries. Good selection. We have another lovely map here. So it's showing the Wild Atlantic Way. So this is Kinsale here. And this is Cork City, where the airport is. We have the Shandon Bells. We have Blarney Castle here. We have Cove. We have where the Titanic left Cove. That was his last protocol that was wrecked off the coast of Kinsale. We have Michael Collins that got the treaty signed in Ireland so that we got our independence from the UK. Along the Atlantic Way, really lovely. Timoleague, there's a lovely abbey there. Clonakilty has Inchydoney Island, beautiful hotel and spa, a lot of surfing there. Gallyhead, a beautiful place here. Drumbeg Stone Circle. To go in, it's beautiful. If I think of anyone that wants to go to Stonehenge and you don't actually get close to the circle or you don't get to see the stones, here you get to touch the stones. You get to see everything. It's lovely. Which is a beautiful place. Lough is a lovely place for canoeing. Baltimore, another beautiful place, lovely for sailing down here. Cape Clear, Sherkin Island, a very famous race, yachting race. I don't know if it's every year. I don't know if they've had it recently. Barley Cove is another beautiful place, beautiful beaches there. Mizzen Head, which actually it reminds me a little bit of the Cliffs of Moher. A lot of cliffs. You go over on this kind of suspension bridge and you go onto, it's kind of like a rock, like an island, and there's a visitor centre there, really nice. Bantry's beautiful, Bantry House and Gardens. Mountains, anyone that likes The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings will really enjoy going through the Healy Pass. It's like you're going on an adventure through the mountains. Adrigal, Castletown Bear, lovely. Jersey Island, again, there's a cable cart that goes over to this island. So I've been to all these places. Hopefully in the future we'll go here again. Kenmare is beautiful. Killarney, Ross Castle. Killarney is spectacular. Waterville, Portmagee. Portmagee is quite famous for anyone that's watched Star Wars. They filmed one of the Star Wars down there where they went to find Luke Skywalker, and he was on the Skellig Islands, and you can get a boat out to the Skelligs. It's so unusual and how Star Wars was filmed there. And we have Fungi the Dolphin here, where you can go and have a trip with this dolphin. There's so much to do down here. This is a really good map actually to tell you what's going on. And as I said, they have a lot of links here with America. So this is Newport, Rhode Island. This is Kinsale Town itself. They do nice Irish coffee here, Kitty's O'Shea's. Nice traditional music. This is the milk market. This is where we were earlier, near Stone Mad. Just going to show you more of the signage here so we can find out a little bit more. This cart here is the tumble cart. This is just a map. As I said earlier, it was a walled town. So we are here, and that's the glen here, and the wall would have ran all the ways around here. So, in the year 1381, King Richard II of England declared that the town of Kinsale, being situated on the seashore, and of late having received insult and attack from Spanish and Irish enemies and English rebels, should be surrounded by a stone wall. So the stone wall was to protect it from its enemies. And this is what it used to look like in the past. That's just a replica. We have a replica here. Across the road we have the gourmet pantry. They do beautiful food, so you can get food to cook at home or They'll heat up lovely food there, little quiches and sandwiches, all locally made. So we're coming back to where we started off, back towards Stone Mad. This is a beautifully kept place, really pretty. So that's the end of our short little tour. Of course, that was only a little bit of Kinsale I showed you, but I just wanted to give you a feel of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Send me some hearts if you liked it, and please follow me for our next live and our next tour around the locality. Thank you.